Joachim from SAP. In this tutorial, I want to talk about a new feature which was released in May 2023, covering the topic of instance permissions. So what's it all about? When we talk in Sports One instance and permissions, you might recognize that you face a situation that an employee has left and that you need to have access to that group because you want to add other administrators to a group, person group, but you don't have the access to maintain those elements. As a central administrator, you have the possibility to change those access rights, and therefore I show you how to customize the system. Actually, there are 4 steps that you need to do to enable that feature. First, you grant yourself the new role which is called individual permission admin, and also make sure that this user who should get access also has access to the data security advisor. Why? Because it's a very sensitive topic, and therefore we are doing the tracking in the logging of our access log what's happening. So therefore you need to refresh after activating those new roles, refresh and reload the permissions and the setup, do a refresh on the browser, and as a third step, activate and make sure that the access log in the team management section for the various objects is activated and set to read and write. After this, you will have access to manage the permission templates and we can solve our problem. So let's do it in a click through and have a look. If I click now on Sports One, I check for my user account. On my user account, I grant myself now this new role, which is the individual permission admin, and I do also have access to the data security officer. So I save the role, and also I make sure by reloading the page that the roles are getting active. As you can see, if I do now the refresh of the page, you will realize that there are new menu items visible after I granted myself this UI, which are the event individual object permissions and the permission management. So clicking here on those admin permissions and the permission management, I cannot activate the permissions because the access log needs to be changed by the data access manager. So now I navigate into the area of the data security officer, into the access log, and activate in the section of team management, data security, access log, team management, the elements for the individual access nodes, which are templates for various objects and permissions for various objects, read write. They are now saved. Don't forget to click on save. So all the logs and changes are being documented in the access log. And now I have the possibility to manage those access log elements. So in this case, check for the permission management. And our task was this time to manage the person group. These are possible objects we allow. Communication rooms. So if your manager, who was the manager of the chat room, has left the club, match preparation, person groups, player nodes, or video cockpit projects. In this case, I select the person group and I knew I need to update the group of the admins. And if I search here for admin, or if I search for a specific person or a text element that has been used, I can change those elements. I know that the person group I want to update was called admin, so I search here for admin. This is the person group, and now I can change in the log the information and add the persons who need to have grant to have access. In this case, I add the new manager, or I add my person also as an additional user that needs to get access to that group. And as you can see, here's my name. And now I got, after changing this, I got now the possibility to update and work with those new elements. Refresh will allow you now that there is a new admin who is not member of the group, but who can assign other persons. And you can see I get now this log, which was missing in the beginning. Hope you enjoyed this quick video. For any additional questions or other ideas of recordings, please let me know. Send me an email or just scan the QR code on LinkedIn to contact me. Thanks for sharing and leave me a like.